Welcome everyone to this webinar on hydrogen and mobility between Netherlands and Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes. I am Magali Jouve from CARA. Just to explain to you, CARA is a transport and mobility cluster based in France, in Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes region, in Lyon, to be exact. We are working on mobility solutions for people and goods. We have 230 members, and these members are industrials, research centers, and educational and training centers also. We are organizing this webinar this day on hydrogen with our partner in the Netherlands, which is Rai Automotive Industriële.
Hello everybody, so Stéphane PFEFFER, I'm the sales manager at DAM Group. So I will present you the company and our solution. So you can go to the next slide. So first I wanted to present you a case study in order to give you a good idea of what we do. So our customer, for example, our customer has a product. So this product, for example, it's a fuel cell. So his need is to perform a conditioning and a functional test. So he has some specific technical requirements and specification. So he gives us the technical requirements, and then we design a complete test bench in order for him to be able to do the conditioning and the functional test in his plant. So we provide the complete test bench. So here there is a quick movie that can be interesting to show you an overview of our also plants. I don't know if you hear anything. On my side, I don't hear.
No, there's no sound in the movie. So maybe
we did a test this morning before to start, and it was working. So
but we can share the link of the movie. Maybe that's a good idea for now, because that's happening more often that it does not work with the sound. We tested it. I was with it, but let's share the link of the movie.
Yes, later on you can
in
see
the chat
it
later
on YouTube.
Now it's working. Now it's working.
L'industrialisation, c'est un des enjeux majeurs pour notre filière. Nous sommes ici à Villeurbanne, chez un des acteurs qui participent activement. Allons les rencontrer. Guy Crépé, bonjour.
Stéphanie, bonjour.
Donc, vous êtes fondateur et gérant de DAM Group, une entreprise qui accompagne les acteurs de la filière hydrogène, donc depuis le laboratoire jusqu'à leur ligne de production. Vous nous expliquez un petit peu?
Tout à fait. DAM Group a été créé en 1987 et nous avons capitalisé le savoir sur les métiers de la mécanique, l'étude des fluides, de l'électronique et de la gestion des données pour livrer à nos clients des solutions clés en main qui partent de l'engineering jusqu'à l'industrialisation en passant par les laboratoires.
Très bien, mais si on est ici, c'est parce que l'hydrogène prend une place de plus en plus importante dans vos activités.
En effet, depuis quelques années, l'hydrogène monte en puissance tant sur l'étanchéité pour contrôler les plaques et les MEA ou sur des bancs de conditionnement pour les stacks prêts à partir être embarqués sur véhicules.
Très bien. Et comment vous voyez du coup DAM Group d'ici 2025?
Eh bien, on a un objectif ambitieux. On veut être leader européen des bancs de test dans la filière hydrogène d'ici 2025.
Très bien. Donc, on va aller en parler tout de suite avec Samuel Guéné, votre responsable du bureau d'études système, et voir concrètement ces machines.
Avec plaisir.
Bonjour Samuel.
Bonjour Stéphanie.
Donc la pile à combustible, c'est ce qui permet de convertir l'hydrogène en électricité. Dans ces piles, il y a des plaques, des membranes et qui doivent être parfaitement étanches. C'est à ça que servent ces machines?
Exactement. Ces machines sont là pour tester l'étanchéité des membranes et des plaques bipolaires, que ce soit pour les technologies SOFC ou PEM.
Et ça, c'est important pour les industriels?
C'est indispensable. L'étanchéité est un des éléments importants pour la sécurité, mais aussi pour le fonctionnement de ces plaques pour un montage sur un stack.
Vous concevez également et vous produisez des composants qui viennent à l'intérieur du véhicule.
Oui, aujourd'hui, nous ne nous arrêtons pas aux machines et aux bancs de test. Nous travaillons à la réalisation, et la conception et la fabrication de composants comme une vanne bypass qui sera embarquée dans le véhicule, mais aussi le CVM, Cell Voltage Monitoring, pour lequel nous avons eu un financement de l'ADEME.
Très bien. Et donc, cette collaboration avec les industriels, on va aller en parler tout de suite avec Christophe Vaquier de Symbio, qui est un de vos clients.
Merci.
Christophe Vaquier, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Donc Symbio fabrique des piles à combustible pour la mobilité. Quand vous faites appel à Dame Group, c'est pour quel besoin?
Alors il y a 2 ans, quand on a commencé à discuter avec Dame Group, nous avions un besoin de créer un moyen de conditionnement de stack, une pile à combustible en fin de ligne de production. Et aujourd'hui, vous avez le résultat. Le banc de conditionnement que vous avez devant vous nous sert à activer la pile à combustible. Pour la première fois, elle va avoir de l'hydrogène et de l'oxygène pour activer son fonctionnement, créer ses premiers watts électriques. C'est une opération très importante. C'est la dernière opération juste avant la livraison au client. La qualité de ce conditionnement va déterminer la qualité du système lorsqu'il va être installé dans un véhicule. C'est une étape qui est assez longue, qui doit être parfaitement maîtrisée, et Dame Group nous a aidé à développer le moyen industriel qui nous permet de réaliser cette tâche.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay. So next slide. So you had some explanation about the different. You had some different information on the movie. So here it's a summary of those. Only one maybe I can focus on. It's the TISAX certification. So it's something we just get it beginning of this year. It's regarding the safety of the data. So it's coming on from the automotive German companies. And we choose we are the first French company to get it in order to ensure our customer that we secure their data. We know that on hydrogen business it's really a high technology market, and we should ensure our customer that our data are safe. Then next slide. You saw that we provide a turnkey solution, so a complete test bench or assembly line. And for that, we have all the skills internally. So here I won't go through all of them, but all the skills are, we have it internal to provide, to do 100% of the design and the assembly in our plant. So next slide. So regarding where we can, I would say, working with, we can work on a different stage, on the hydrogen value stage, whatever on the engineering or on the laboratory side or in the production side. So we are able also to follow our customer from engineering to the production. And regarding on the market itself, so we are able to give some solution from the energy production on the electrolyzer, on the tank, and also on the different components like the fuel cell and the sub-components. So to test the MEA, to test the bipolar plate, the cell voltage monitoring. Also, we work on a specific component like bypass valve, and on other also H2 system and product, some embedded system, and also at the end on some filling station. So we are able to also provide solution. So next slide. So here I take an example of a car, so we can support to test a lot of different components. It's not also only hydrogen, but also electricity. When we talk about electrification of the car, and so with the fuel cell system. So from the e-motor, the tank, the fuel cell itself. So already said. So next slide. So here it's a few examples of some achievements. So the first one, it's on the bipolar plate and MEA leak test. So you see that we have developed some flexible and standard machine to do those tests. So we developed then a specific tooling depending of the specific parts. Then on the bottom left, you have some stack conditioning and characterization. So here it's a test bench from few kilowatts power fuel cell to 120, even 150 kilowatt fuel cell. On the bottom, on the right side, you see also an high pressure and a leak test charging station. So we do all the leak tests for the safety as soon as the vehicle is assembled, and also it can be the charging station. And then on the bottom right, you see also hardware in the loop system to test, for example, fuel cell control units. The next slide. So on the specific hydrogen business, we are providing test bench, assembly line, and also we have developed some specific technology. So for some products, so there is a bypass valve where we have two concepts that we developed. So here we are really looking for specific customer to integrate those valves in the system. We are developing right now cell voltage monitoring. So the goal is really to have a standard universal CVM. And here we are looking also for partnership to, I would say, have the right input to develop the most universal CVM. And then you see also some connectors in order to have a quick coupling when it comes to perform the test in order to save time during the production. So next slide. So here you can click again. So how we can make the difference. So what we see with our customer, it's right now there is some challenge. So the current situation is that we have a high pressure on the planning. We know that we have to be really fast in order to go to the next project. It's a sector that is really dynamic. So it's quite, we should reduce as short as possible the different planning of the different project. Then when it comes to the production itself, we see that right now we have a long cycle time. It's also linked to the point just below to switch from laboratory to high volume production. We see that we are not right now most of the time on high production. We are more on the laboratory or pre-production. And we should go on high volume. And to go to the high volume, we should decrease the cycle time in order to produce a lot of parts in a short time in order to also decrease the cost of those parts. And then in a second time, for sure, the goal is to reduce the maintenance. So if you click, yes, again. I think. So the goal here is to provide some solution in order to answer to this current solution. So we provide some flexible standard machine. Every time we do the concept of a new machine, or it is based on the standard flexible machine, so then we save time, or as soon as we have a new, really new test bench that is requiring, then we start to think, okay, how we can use it in a most of a different way in order to save time for the next project. Then it's a concept 100% performed by DAM Group. So we have really the technology and the know-how. So we are able to really answer fast to the different requirements. And we can support from laboratory to production. So we have the skills to provide a really flexible in terms of type of test on the laboratory, and we know what will be done on the production. So if we start from the laboratory, then we know what it is needed on the production, and we reduce the full planning. And I think if you click one more time, also we providing some support on the test optimization itself. So not only on we provide the test bench, but after providing test bench, we have also the possibility to we work with our partner to decrease the test itself. So work on the test bench and the product to have the best test in order to reduce the cycle time and then the cost for sure.